You say you're a rude boy. You also say you can't go to jail. But you live in a glass house, so don't throw stones. Rude, rude, Rudy.
Who you think it was, Father Christmas? Well, before me give you that, hear this first.
The ska pioneer Prince Buster, who shaped the course of Jamaican music, has died at the age of 78. Born in Kingston, Jamaica, as Cecil Bustamante Campbell, he became a legend of the burgeoning ska music genre in 1960s Jamaica under the stage name Prince Buster. His decision to use a syncopated beat on tracks such as Little Honey, They Got to Go and 30 Pieces of Silver is credited as pivotal in ska music's development, and he gave himself the moniker King of Ska. A keen boxer in his youth, Prince Buster converted to Islam after meeting Muhammad Ali. Prince Buster is survived by his wife Mola Ali and his children.
Born in Kingston, Jamaica, 1938, the 24th day of May, and that day there was a riot with the Right Honorable Alexander Bustamante, fighting for the working class people, and my mother named me Prince Buster from there.
The 10 commandments of man, given to all man, through the inspiration of I, Prince Buster. 1. Thou shalt have no other man but me. 2. Thou shalt not encourage no man to make love to you, neither kiss nor caress you, for I am your man, a very jealous man, and is ready to lay low any other man that may intrude in our love. 3. Remember to kiss and caress me, honor and obey me in my every woman fancy, 7 days a week and twice on Sundays, cause at no time will I ever be tired of IT hit. Honor my name so that every other woman may honor it also. 5. Thou shalt not provoke me to anger, or my wrath will descend upon you heavily. Commandment 6. Thou shalt not search my pockets at night, or annoy me with your ear sayings. Commandment 7. Thou shalt not shout my name in the streets if I'm walking with another woman, but wait intelligently until I come home, then we both can have it out decently. For I'm your man, a funny man, and detest the scandal in public places. Commandment 8. Thou shalt not drink nor smoke or use profane language, for those bad habits I will not stand for. 9. Thou shalt not commit adultery, for the world will not hold me guilty if I commit murder. 10. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's dress, nor her shoes, or her peru, nor her bed, nor her hat, nor anything that's earth. Neither shalt thou call my attention to anything that may be for sale in any stores, for I will not give thee anything but what you actually need for your purpose. Those are the 10 commandments of man, given to all man by me, Prince Buster.
1938. Can you remember your first musical influence as a young boy in Kingston?
I can remember doing things like Chattanooga Shoeshine Boy, and that was, I think, Frank Sinatra. I used to love to listen to Dick Ames and Bing Crosby at that times. I was influenced by a lot of music, you know. A lot of music.
As a boy, which school did you attend?
Well, I attended Central Branch Elementary School, and I left Central Branch to St. Anne's Catholic School, and I finished up in St. Anne's Catholic School.
So what age did you leave school? How old were you when you left?
Close to 16.
When you left school, was there in you a calling to go to music, do you think?
Yes, because while I was in school, I used to sing at the Glass Bucket Club in Frank Lyman's dance troupe, sing and dance. You never get much money for that, you know, because you're a kid, but you were just good. And I worked like 3-4 times a week for the troupe. And then we were at the corner of Luke Lane and Drummond Street, not Charles Street this time, Drummond Street, under the light post. That's where we always gathered the nights and sticks and pans and play music all night long, you know. After school, we always just meet there and play music.
Oh, I say, yo, chap, did you know that Ziggy Natulus is on a rock radio at this moment?
Hell yeah. You pick him up, you lick him down, him bounce right back. What a hard man for dead. You pick him up, you lick him down, him bounce right back. What a hard man for dead. Them say the cat got a 9 life, but this man got 99 life. Cause them pick him up, them lick him down, him bounce right back. What a hard man for dead. Them wild, one pot of chocolate tea, and all the fried fish they caught in the sea. They also got 6 quarts of rum, saying that they waiting for the 9 night to come. The last time I heard them say that this man was dead. Them biting black eyes and them lay it all upon his head. Now the procession leads to the cemetery. The man holler out, don't you bury me. You pick him up, you lick him down, him bounce right back. What a hard man for dead.
So, were there sound systems in Kingston at that stage of the game? Or was it still live bands?
There was live band and about 2 small sound systems, but they didn't rate to the band, you know. Sound system hadn't gotten that powerful as that the big band was still in force.
So you were singing and dancing with a dance troupe, and you were still at school. You left school. What was the next stage in your musical career which brought you to where you now are?
Well, you had a sound system named Tom the Great Sebastian, right? And now I was clowning at Charles Street and Luke Lane, a little further down Luke Lane, you know. And he used to play music at his shop all day long, you know, and crowds used to gather, dance in the street and listen to him, you know, and we heard a lot of music from him. I think his sound system had more influence on me than probably any other until my song came, even Coxsone.
And what year was this?
I can only estimate it now to be
Roughly.
50s.
Early 50s.
Early 50s.
What you have to tell them if them now listen Ziggy Natulus on our radio?
They got to go, they got to go. They got to go, they got to go. They got to go, they got to go. They all got to go. The rich man got money, the poor man got nothing. My wife is something, but it's good for nothing. But sympathy lies in the ways of the Lord. So everybody's got to go. They got to go, they got to go.
got to go, we got to go. We got to go, we got to go. We all gonna go.
That had me down, so. And then they got the Griffin brothers, Marjorie Day and the Griffin brothers. And I learned about all those people while I was there with Tom. I never actually worked with the sound. But you know, Prince Buster's a guy everybody loved, and Tom loved me, and I was there. I had good muscles, so I was always a good companion to people.
Now let's talk about your muscles, because you have a reputation as a boxer and a fairly good right hand.
It's not the right, it's the left.
It's the left, is it? Oh, it's the left.
They think it's the right, but the power is really in the left hand. You know, Coxsone tried to adopt it, you know, but he telegraphed his punches, you know, and sometimes people see it coming. But it's the left hand, you know. So it's the same left jab that goes out, comes back in, into a hook, and goes for the job.
Were you actually a boxer then?
Yeah.
And you trained as a boxer?
I was trained by the middleweight champion of Jamaica, Sid Brown, and Speedy Baker, who also challenged him for the title, but Sid Brown knocked him out. And today, Speedy Baker is living in one of my buildings in Jamaica.
Yeah. Did you ever take your boxing career to any kind of professional status of fighting for money?
Yeah, yeah.
At what age was that?
3 fights, that was about in the 60s.
Really? While you were making music, you were also boxing?
Uh-huh. Yeah, many times I go to the studio, my mouth busting. I got to cancel for another day. Because somebody stuck the jab in my mouth and training or fighting or something.
The Coxsone connection, was that after Tom Sebastian?
Yeah, that's where he knew me. You know, Coxsone used to go to American farm work, you know. And one time he brought up some records that were exclusive in the island. And he opened his little sound system. And his aunt used to have a shop in Luke Lane, little below Tom. She also listened to Tom music. So, you know, he saw me there and he realized that, well, put it this way, at that time, at my young age, I was tougher than people bigger than me. So, you know, we got to get friends. And he told me that Duke Reed was giving him a hard time, you know, mashing up his sound. And the way he played, couldn't play, bad men mess him up. Well, I said, okay, we'll go for it. So we went together. And I think we did a good job because Duke Reed, man, wouldn't mess with me. I solve all his problems. Quite a couple of bouts, but we won them all, you know.
You say you're a rude boy. You also say you can't go to jail. But you live in a glass house, so don't throw stones. Rude day.
Bang, bang, bang. And down they went.
Yeah, well, they don't stand up too long because I was born in West Kingston. I grew up in Bakawal and Village. My tutors are fighting with people like Dan Frisco, Panzer Haggett, Blue Feather from in West Kingston. In Bakawal, Brother Baby, you know, people like Papa P-Fow. I grew up under some tough man. I grew up at a small age. I knew Baba John. He's a tough, big man, you know. Right, Weatherman. You must know Weatherman. I'm doing in England. He was a bodyguard 6 or 7 on the shows. These people were very smart. I look up and wonder if I ever grew to be strong and tough like them, you know.
What about this character, Whoppy King? Was he around then?
Oh, yeah. On the Dongle.
He was a bad man.
Yeah, he growled. He was bad, man. I mean, not only bad because you can be bad and still have good in you, but Whoppy King was sinister. You know, so nobody cares to remember him except for the history of Here Goes the Evil Man.
Ziggy Natulus, I don't know if them have hard ears.
Fix up your clothes. Champs-Élysées, Champs-Élysées, Champs-Élysées. No need to worry. No, 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 no. Champs-Élysées, Champs-Élysées, Champs-Élysées. No need to hurry. No, 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 no. No slipping, no sliding, no bumping, no boring. I walk right into Le Bourget. Champs-Élysées, Champs-Élysées. No need to hurry. No, 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 no.
Sound system wise, you've joined forces with Coxsone. You're his protector, if you like. You take care of business when it comes to trouble at the dances. Did you actually then move on to select and operate Coxsone, or was it strictly on a bodyguard basis?
No, look here. With me and Coxsone, we got to be the best friends. And we go out and even look girls in the night. And hey, Coxsone had a couple of fights with us in the night out, you know. We get drunk, you know, and just feel tough and start something. But I had to finish it.
Great.
You know? But
Even with those big hands of his.
well, with Downbeat, and it's my friend, you know? My friend. We have a lot in common. If Downbeat gets to hit you, you're going to go, because I can tell you one thing. Mrs. Darlington, his mother, fed him good. You know? He was well fed, and he was nicely built. But he didn't know about boxing. You know? But he could punch, swinging. And if a swing hit you, he was winning about at that time, but I could only guess about 185 at the time. He had some power.
So did you, on the sound system circuit with Coxsone, did you ever select and operate the sound?
Yeah, I do everything. I operate the sound. I kept the dance gates, the money, collected the money. And the biggest thing I did for Coxsone, and that is why I left him, because a lot of people don't know how come Buster and Coxsone could separate. You see, Coxsone used to play against Duke Reed, right? And Duke Reed had more money than probably any other sound man existed at that time. So Duke could go to United States very often and come with new records. Scratch the label off so you never know. Give it his own name. To Cox, the best, let me say this now, how would I say? I think the most important thing that I did for Coxsone was to be able to go into Duke Reed dance at night. First time he gonna play the records, listen to them, study. I used to study the guitar, the tenor, and by listening it, I could tell Coxsone who the artist was. And by listening to the words, I could pick out what I think the name of the tune was. I could also tell him the label of the record, so he'd go over there and get them and bring them back. We'd sell them for £5-10 a piece. But then one night, that's the night when the scorpion bit me. You know? Coxsone heard Duke Reed had just come up with a bunch of new tunes at Forrester's always the opening dance. So he took me to a place and we stood there listening, nobody could see us, what he had. And while I was listening, telling him the artist and telling him what, I let no one, the scorpion bit me. You know, and I had to go to the hospital. Coxsone went to America and got the tunes. And when he came back, he was supposed to give me quarter of any amount of tunes they bring back for what I'm doing. But this was selling and I wasn't getting my quarter, you know. And I got a little bit upset about it, and I got him some weed, and I couldn't wait no more. Then he took on to a guy called Paro. You see, these guys came, Paro was from Boys Town, and for some reason he took on to him and put him at Barbecue Gate. That's the gate I used to keep. Well, the people east didn't like that and they ran him away. You understand? So I said, I can't bother with this, I just couldn't go out now, do my own thing. So I just went out and released a certain amount of tunes that he didn't even know I know the name of. About 2 of them was from his selection.
When you say released, do you mean tunes that were from America?
Right. 2 of them was in his box, and about 5 from Duke Reed, and that shocked him. I didn't know. So he kept worrying if I knew the name of Coxsone Hop.
We can't sleep. Why? Come here, listen to Ziggy Natulus on our radio. Wash, wash, wash my troubles away. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Wash, wash, wash my troubles away. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Show me that river, take me across, and wash all my troubles way. Like that lucky old sun, give me nothing to do but roll around heaven all day. So don't you hear me? Wash my troubles away. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Well, I didn't tell Duke Reid nothing I know about Coxsone, you know. But I went out and started doing things myself. Well, a situation existed in Jamaica at that time whereas only certain people could have record shops. The poor people, it was like something they'd never touch. One Odd's own record shop, Chin's own record shop. Cox was selling a few records out at his little place. Duke was selling a few records out at his liquor store. But no real record shop except by like One Odds and these people. But I think I wanted a record shop. So I went out and did it. And when the rest of Jamaica saw that I did it, many should see record shop coming up after me. And everybody said they were firing Prince Buster. I led the way, man, in everything down there.
And where was your first, where was your record shop set up?
Luke Lane and Charles Street. And that is the womb, I will emphasize, womb. You know, that is the womb that delivered the music. To the
What
world.
year was that, Buster?
It's about 58.
And in those days,
57, 58.
in those days, you and Coxsone and Duke Reid weren't actually cutting records yourselves. You were bringing records in and selling them.
Bringing records. But listen, they had the visa. I hadn't the visa to go to the States. So bring up a very interesting thing. Coxsone had visa, Duke had visa. They could go to the States. Now immediately after I left Coxsone, Duke Reid and tried to hold me. He'd been trying to get me from Coxsone for a long time. Because if it wasn't me, he would have finished with Coxsone a long time. So when I left Coxsone, Duke called me. He said, come on, you know you should have come long time. You have Cutty, you have Pompadour, and all these men and use friends and things and you up on that side. You know, make the money. So I said, Duke, I really come follow nobody. Coxsone's still my friend. And just don't treat me right, I certain respect, but we have a lot of things in common. But if I can do some work, I can make some tunes for you. At the studio, I can stop import the tunes I'm outside. They pay me so and so. We come to agreement, you know, and I went and make the tune, girl. I make Let George do it, Blackberry Brandy, and quite a few more tunes.
Now these were boogie-style tunes. This was still 1958-59.
Yeah, but I was drawing the thing into it. You see, that was the difference between me and them. They wanted the boogie, but I was pulling my book beat, as they call it, the scare, into the thing. That's why, because you could easily go to the studio and make boogie. They could buy a new boogie.
Right.
You know, but nobody understand what was happening now because there was sound coming out and they couldn't identify it, but the people were just dancing.
Yee-ha-ha-ha-ha. You think you got the queen on the throne? Go away, girl. Be a pum pum, my every man pum pum. Go away, girl. Be a pum pum, a every man pum pum. Just be, and your pum pum open anywhere. So you better not call my name. Give my baby to him, he like the fame. If the head even big like mine, you can't get a dime. You think the pum pum could I get you some house and land? If you were smart with your pretty face, you'd keep it young and strong. Now it's all soft and fluffy, it got to be tight and snappy. It becomes a shame and disgrace to the whole human race.
And you recorded them where?
At Federal Studios.
And what year was that? Can you remember?
It was right in the 59.
59.
But let me tell you something happened there. Duke Reid didn't pay me. Why? Because I went to One Odds, and these people like me. And I credit my speakers and thing, and it started to build a sound. Well, the whole of Jamaica people was behind me, and he was trying to hold me back by keeping me on balance economically, not paying me, so I could buy the equipment I needed for the sound.
You're talking about Duke Reid?
Yeah, Duke. So Coxsone will tell you about this. So one day I went to his Duke's shop and said, Duke, I want my pay, you know. And Duke touched him gun, you know. And I told him, so, hey, I didn't even check for them gun because then days I take with Duke gun and beat him all night and prove the next day, you know. So not giving me a good response. I just got on the Federal. I went to Mr. Curry, who owned Federal Cards. Mr. Curry, leave the office so nobody won't say you're involved because I want to do something today. And Mr. Curry said, mine, Duke is a bad man, Buster. You know, I have a lot of men. I couldn't care because to me this meant life. I meant to go. And he was holding me back. So he used to keep all his tapes in the Federal studio. And I just went down there to my spa and broke out the lock and took all the Duke tapes. Put them in my bag and carry them away. No, that is like taking away in belly. You know? The winch was stiff for because I'm saying about 2 cars with a back of a bad man with a 7-2. You know? 7-2. And Dapper Dan and this is where the point was going to change now, right? Because all these men, you know, Phantom, these men were I was younger than them. And they were bad men. I was growing up, you know, looking at them one day and if we clash one day. If I never sure if I would have win, I can't do the repetition, you know. But Duke will make a solve everything because I'm sending them to me. I mean, I youth named Carl and Philip who do the job, you know, take with the tapes them. Was sitting down at 145.5 Iron Street. That's how I was, you know, after the barn. After I left the line, we had a knife playing in the ground and 2 cars just drove up. One came from the south and just stopped. Nobody come out, nobody say anything. We stood right there. Another came from the north, black wheel now. Then I hear 7-2 step out, you know, and big and waddle out. I said, waddle out of the car. What boop? The boss wants you. Well, it's like something flashed in my head immediately. Because growing up with them, in Bakawal, I knew what was the mission now. After I take tapes today, somebody called Duke, the student, went back to Mr. Curry. And Duke came behind me and hugged me in some kind of beer hug thing. I don't know what kind of hold that was, but it had me for a while. And Duke said, Washington Boulevard. I'm a gang of man within 2 car man. That means Washington Boulevard was still bushes. So no carry me out, it would kill me. You understand where that's So Mr. Curry said, Mr. Reed, if anything happens, I'm going to give evidence about they bring all these big ugly men into my place, kidnap a man, and while him turned to answer Mr. Curry, I just swing my foot up and stamp the gate was in front of me and break the wall. And from I break the wall, the star butter, 2 bucks to me and 2 left hook and him far. Was a foodie for them and him come out and say, the boss, well, me and Carl just get up and say to them, say, this means life to you, right? When I just hired man. So if you're not ready for them, just come because I'm ready, you know, see? Well, 7-2 take 1 step and me take 2 hours, man, just go back to the car and sit down and say, I'm a madman. I can't understand this, you know? So I say, I tell you what to do. Go back to Duke and tell Duke, send a cab for me and my star them, Carl and Philip. We're not driving no cab, you know. My neck hole we and choke with them now. I'm bigger than we. So them go to Duke and Duke say next cab. And this, you don't laugh in a ride again, what really happened, you know. The next cab, we're going to Duke tonight now, the new cab, me and Philip and Carl. We won't talk about business themselves. When I go in a Duke shop, the outside door closed. Duke have 52 man in the shop. And when I go inside, I see Duke and Pampadu drinking blackberry brandy. Because they started to drink that after tune that I made, making the tune famous, everything to do with blackberry brandy. I know the father just make a slip to my head right away and Duke read up on top of the counter squat. Pampadu stand up and Cuttings and the rest of the youth them and the bad man them line up against the wall. And I was going and just take with the bottle from Duke, don't say nothing to him, and just pick up a glass and throw that big drink, and I didn't even drink. You know, see it? Is that thing that happened? Throw it in there and just gulp it down, down my throat a little bit, but, you know, and say, Duke, saying, Carl, now, what, you want me? Throw all them boys out of your place. So you can't talk a business because them not recording, man, all them there. Them that boogie yag and a recording man, them. And we not recording business. Because they didn't pay me. And if you don't pay me, I can't get the tape. So what am I doing now? So Luke tell them to back up little. Because nobody know what the tape is. I tell them say they might burn it. Where I left it, the people might even burn it if I don't come back. But them say come to my office. Go in the office and Duke said, the 3 taxi must go out the night and bring back the tapes there. Now this news spread all over town, you know. From it happened, you have at least 1,000 people stand up, you know. Some looking for Duke kill me. I'm looking for different things to happen because sound system at that time was the biggest thing in the country. You see, and I take with Duke belly. Anyway, we out all night and we were driving up Irving Street about 3 o'clock. I saw my mother stand up at my gate, worrying what happened to me, so I stopped the car. And I come out and when I look at them, I said, listen, we're not going to further tonight, you know. Tomorrow we do the tape. And I was going to my yard, my mother. So the morning I wake up early and go to Duke and Charles, that's the base. That's my friend there. Guess who comes again? After all the people out of Duke, we stand up, you know. Big time 7-2. Walk come out of my car now. Showing power, right? So go on the tape, and if you don't bring the tape, no one will be happen. Well, have a long knife now, man. And Carl have a small knife. And Carl just pass me the small knife, right? And grab my waist, I mean just grab him waist back, the size gone out of my mind, and I know 7-2 as a man now. You know? And look at things going right there, so. And then pick off and start run, and they run him down Charles Street, down Irving Street, and run him out of town. You know, see it? And then go back to the big man and know and show them so well. When tell them, you know, I can one day assume, I didn't tell them, it's hot out there. Well, Mrs. Reed, Duke's wife, is a lady where I have a lot of respect for.
The Duchess.
The Duchess. And I can repeat that, the Duchess. She's a Duchess. And Miss Reed phoned up on the phone and said, Buster, bring the tapes to me. Give me. I don't want you to have nothing to do with Reed. At that time, Reed have some swelling for him, you know, see? I'm ignorant. I said, Miss Reed, you know, say I'll give you the tape then, but what happened to my money? And she said, don't worry about anything, McCarthy. Don't give the money. After you give me the tape, I go left him. No, I didn't want you nothing more. So I go back home, take out the tape, them out of the box. And the truth is, you know, you want to see how tax now we had the tape, you know.
It was Coxsone.
Sure. That for sure is my heart still there with the man.
Yeah.
You know, see?
You pick him up, you lick him down, him comes right back. What a hard man for dead.